And welcome here to the 2017 Hardee's National Series at Pocono. We are green here. Mason Gordon on the pole here. He's looking for his second win of the season here today. YAMP Motorsports hoping to win here at Pocono here. As there you see several drivers coming into the first corner they go. And Mason Gordon off to a great start as they are 3 wide right behind them. Dylan Schwallenberg trying to make a move on the inside line. Here they come down the long pond straightaway here. 3 corners at Pocono. The tricky triangle is notorious for these tricky corners here. As there you see Schwallenberg down the inside. He's going to dive it out hard into turn number 2 they go. And gets a bit of contact from Charlie Smith. And great racing here on lap number 1, but Mason Gordon's trying to pull away from the rest of the pack here. 42 drivers are looking for a victory here, but the rest are going to be trying to chase down Mason Gordon here today, as Luis Hernandez now trying to get up to P2 here in the circuit. Side by side with Bobby Jones, close racing here on the racetrack here in Pocono. As there you see Jake West, can he make a 3 wide move? He decides not to, but Caleb Hoffman now looks low. As there you see the field kind of spreading out. As a result, Eric DeMax, the winner at IRP, looking for his second win in a row here. He could be one of the first few drivers to make it 2 in a row here in the Hardee's National Series, as you see a lot of cars going up the racetrack in the tunnel turn there. And as of right now, Mason Gordon holding point here at Pocono. Looking near the middle of the pack here, they are 3 wide still. Hayden Klein, Bradley Bishop Jr., and Johnny Gardner. Gardner going up the hill there. Flickinger and TJ Martin making his Hardee's National Series debut. He'll be running full-time next year for YAMP Motorsports, so we do wish TJ Martin the best of luck so far, just trying to march his way up into the field here. TJ Martin having to get used to this H&S car. You might not expect him to do good today, but maybe expect him in the races later on here to get better as the season progresses, because that's really the point of a lower series. The names are going to be made here in the Hardee's National Series there, as you see Julius Anderson now trying to make a 3 wide maneuver underneath Hayden Klein and Bradley Bishop Jr. Bit of contact there at turn 1, and looks like Julius Anderson's got the advantage there, but they are still side by side. And as for the battle for second here, Nick Salmon trying to dive underneath Caleb Hoffman for the second spot, and he does. Salmon up to P2 here in the race. As there you see Charlie Smith, Dylan Schwallenberg, a lot of these drivers trying to march their way up to the front here in the inside line. Charlie Smith dive bombs the corner there, making it work, looks like, trying to make it stick. And it looks like he gets the proper exit off the corner. Hernandez trying to maybe do a crossover, but decides not to, but looks like he's going to try it this time around here. A little bit of a spectator cam there. As you see, obviously, the difference between cars with better equipment and those without, but Mason Gordon's lead has really shrunk, as Nick Salmon has closed in on the bumper of Mason Gordon, looking underneath for position here. Great battling here between the top 4 and the rest of the field behind. And there you see Salmon now going to the bottom of the racetrack, looking for the lead. And he's going to dive it in hard. Mason Gordon up top. Hoffman decides to go up to the top of the racetrack as well. Jake West in the 21 looking for some runs here in the inside line there, and looks like Salmon up the racetrack. A bit of contact there out of turn 3, and looks like Caleb Hoffman's now going to try and help that 18 car get to the race lead. Salmon, now your new leader over Mason Gordon. Looks like Gordon's going to drop back a few spots because of that outside line kicking in. Nick Salmon still pulling away from the rest of the leaders here. Jake West now with a run on the inside line. Great run for the Athenian car there. Bobby Jones going up the racetrack there. As there you see, they're going to conclude lap number 7. West is going to try and go 3 wide. Try to get 2 spots in one go here. All these drivers are desperate for position here. This is the battle for third. James Richardson down to the bottom of the track there. Charlie Smith not too far behind, as well as Garrett Sidner in the 20, trying to gain some points on this 14 team with Schwallenberg there. Eric DeMax is slowly running in the top 10 here, as looking near the back half of the field. 3 wide action here between a couple Toyotas and the Mustang of TJ Martin. Martin trying to get around 2 rookies here as a rookie himself. Here they come into the tunnel turn. TJ Martin dives it in hard. He goes up the track and a bit of contact, and he's hard into the wall. TJ Martin spins the car around, and we've got ourselves a big wreck. And TJ Martin flipping over side, end over end, and lots of cars are piling in. The track is blocked, and the caution is out. TJ Martin has a violent wreck in his first start here, and certainly not a good welcoming to the Hardee's National Series for TJ Martin here at Pocono. Lots of damaged cars on the track, a lot of cars underfunded. Definitely didn't want this to happen. Carly McDowell, you saw get involved there. Lydia Rogers, there's Bradley Bishop Jr. in the Curtis Racing car out of it, and that is just a massive melee of cars collected here in the big one at Pocono. As you see, TJ Martin does go up the racetrack there, not much room given for the three of them, and just the track, you just see the entire stretch getting blocked there. A lot of drivers doing a great job of avoiding the wreckage, but others not so lucky. As you see the 22 going for several rows and several cars just pile onto the wreck. Brakes are obviously used, but you just can't really do much with a track blocked like that down a little narrow straightaway. And the green flag is back in the air. Nick Salmon leading over Mason Gordon. Caleb Hoffman ducking to the low side. Great restart for the 16 team. Can Hoffman go for that race lead here? And he's going to go for it. 3 wide down at the bottom of the racetrack. Caleb Hoffman's on the charge there. There you see teammate James Richardson as Hoffman slides up the racetrack. And there you see the 17 of James Richardson trying to go to the bottom of the track as well. So it looks like Turner Fenway teammates are going to be helping each other out there as Hoffman makes a 3 wide pass for the lead. An aggressive move for Caleb Hoffman's point there. As there you see, looking at the top 10, couple of others we haven't really mentioned there. John Arndt has made his way inside the top 10, but looks like he's falling back here as Matt DeLeo and a couple of other contenders are going to try and pass that 88 AL81 machine there as Caleb Hoffman rounds turn number 3 here to conclude lap number 13 of the race. As several drivers are side by side, Charlie Smith Jones and West. There you see Eric DeMax now making a 3 wide move. The youngster now trying to get some track position for himself. His confidence has gone up since that win, so we might expect to see Eric DeMax as a rising star. We know he's running full time for Mace here in 2017. We've got trouble there as John Arndt spins around. PJ Williams is swept up in it as the caution's gonna fly again for the second time today. Looking at the angle here, looks like Garrett Sidner just tried to squeeze in a hole that didn't work and clipped John Arndt and PJ Williams as the two went for a solid spin. Little to no damage is done for their cars, but they're going to be most likely out of contention for victory here today at Pocono. And here we go, coming to the green, Caleb Hoffman's reporting he's had an issue with the 16 car, possibly a tire rub there, and they're going to be going onto pit lane as the green flag is back in the air. Mason Gordon up front there. You see James Richardson there, Charlie Smith, Eric DeMax there, teammates. The Mace Enterprise teammates are running well today here at Pocono, so they've definitely done something right with that program here. Mace Enterprise is a very successful team, as there you see Charlie Smith getting passed by the 5, and Eric DeMax is on the march here for the race lead. There you see Luis Hernandez making his way up. Dylan Schwalmberg, remember, he will be moving up to the Cup side next year as well. So we see a lot of these Hardee's drivers knowing that this is going to be probably their only year in the Hardee's National Series, because they know they can move up to the Cup level here. As we know, so many drivers with potentials, as we've got a battle for the lead here. Teammates of Mason Gordon and Eric DeMax. Gordon staying high, DeMax down to the bottom. Teammates really playing nice and clean here. But James Richardson's right on the bumper of the 10 there, the rear quarter panel. And there you see West is right there, the Sherwin-Williams Chevrolet trying to make it 3 wide yet again. Jake West, an extremely aggressive driver here on the track today. He's very hungry. He knows he's got a good car to win here today. And he's looking underneath. Got around Gordon, but now he's looking around Richardson for position there, as they are side by side, 3 rows deep there. And Dylan Schwalmer getting a shove from Garrett Sidner there in the 20. Sidner's been hungry for a win as well. He's actually won a race already, but he's very hungry for another victory today as well. But they are just doing a fantastic job of keeping their fenders clean ever since that big one, but it's really spread out the field, the variance of the cars with damage and those without. Leaders are encountering lap traffic here as Mason Gordon ducking low, Hernandez following on toe. There you see James Richardson doing the same thing, while the front runners doing a great job there. Hernandez now trying to reel in the 10 here. Here he comes off a turn 2 and a bit of contact there, and Mason Gordon with a massive car control there. Great save for the 10 machine, but Hernandez indicating that his car might be faster than this 10 car here, so maybe some tempers might be overflowing there as Cole Deaver really just trying to yield out of harm's way here on the outside line. You can't really do much as lap traffic. Even if you stay high, you're still going to hold up some contenders here. And for Nick Salmon and Bobby Jones, this is an absolute nightmare for them to see here, as there you see cars like Josh Crash, Chris Dodd, PJ Williams. And there you see Daniel Conway in the Red Bull there, not too far behind, also trying to pass with the advantage of a lap car in the way. But up front, it's been Eric DeMax leading this race so far over Jake West with an iron fist, and Luis Hernandez in third. There you see Mason Gordon kind of dropping back here in this run in fourth. Not too far behind is Richardson and Schwallenberg running 5th and 6th on the grid right now. As there you see Garrett Sidner fighting around Charlie Smith there with PJ Williams not too far behind. Williams doing a great job recovering from the spin earlier. He's made his way up inside the top 10 here. Josh Crash doing the same thing, really just trying to give this team some top 10s. That team has really been the best so far this season, so they're looking for a turnaround here today at Pocono. So Matt DeLeo's doing the same thing. He's had terrible luck in the season so far. This 92 team has just been kind of cursed, to be exact, so they're really just trying to help out the Fingasitomi development team there, even though it's not really technically the team name. But they are looking for some good runs here near the end, as there you see really this top 2 has pretty much run in a little separate bubble compared to the rest of the pack here today. As there you see Dylan Schwallenberg looking low underneath Richardson for position. This is a battle for the top 5. Schwallenberg looks low. He knows he can gain some points with good runs today. He'll either gain some points or lose some points to competitors. He runs pretty high in the point standings, so he knows he's got a lot to lose here, as it looks like we're going to have ourselves some green flag pit stop. Schwallenberg the first to come in this time around. Here it looks like our cycle has started. Chris Dodd following with Matt DeLeo there in the 92. And we've got more takers here in the next lap. Mason Gordon, Garrett Sidner, and there you see Richardson, Crash coming in as well. Then you got Daniel Conway. So we got 5 cars coming into pit lane. Schwallenberg, remember, we're going to look at where he's at on the order. He's trying to gain some time here. This is this is kind of a bit of a risk strategy they're going to try and take. So they pit early so they can gain some track position here due to the amount of time it takes in a pit stop there, as it looks like they're going to go for the 4-tire fuel stop there, so they can get themselves secure for the end of the run here. It's only a short distance from there on. Once you're a new tire, it's going to be about 10 laps to go for them. But right now, we're looking at Eric DeMax and Jake West. Looks like they're going to be pitting this time as well. We might see them stay out an extra lap or so, but looks like they're going to be coming in this time around as well. So you got DeMax, West, Hernandez, PJ Williams. Then you got Charlie Smith, Salmon, Jones, and McCann. They're coming into pit lane here, as they're going to try and complete their pit stop here to make it to the end. After most of the pit stops, John Arndt is your leader though, but yet he has not pitted yet. So there looks like they're going to try and stretch the fuel here. Obviously they're going to try and gain some better track position as well, but they're losing time to the leaders here. Running in second is Termika Jazza with a damaged car. There you see Flickinger's car with a lot of damage from the big accident there. You see a bit of racing back there between Charlie Smith, Nick Salmon, and Josh Crash for position there. They're all going at it here on track. Emma White coming out of pit lane. She is a lap car, so it hasn't really been a good day for the Red Stallion organization of the 82 and the 42. They've kind of had troubles. Dylan Schwallenberg's reported he hasn't had good handling on his race car here, so this could hurt him in this long run here. Pitting early might have not been a good idea for him. He's definitely losing some time here. Thought he'd gained some track position on the racetrack, but it hasn't really been the case so far. But right now, Eric DeMax is in the catbird seat of winning his second race in a row here, as John Arndt has come in this time around. This will complete our cycle of green flag pit stops, and it's gonna be it between, looks like Eric DeMax, John West there, or Jake West, excuse me, not John West, Mason Gordon and Garrett Sidner. We could see a 4-car race if those two get held up or keep going at it for position here with the closing laps at large here with 9 to go. Jake West is right there on the corner panel of the 5. Looks like he tried to make a move there in the inside line on the exit, but couldn't quite make it work. Jake West is hounding the low Chevrolet of Eric DeMax. The rookies are going at it. The youngsters know what they need to do if they want to win this race, and West goes into turn 2 with a full head of steam. Mason Gordon and Garrett Sidner are fighting back. They're not too far behind, actually. As you see them, they're going to be able to close in with these two constantly battling it out. Jake West is just hungry for his second win. He won a Daytona this year from what I recall, and he's looking for a victory here today at Pocono. Eric DeMax just holding on for dear life. He's on the outside line. He's doing a great job here. Jake West is trying to use some side draft into turn number 1. Here he comes into the first corner, and West dives it in hard, trying to get a proper center of the corner there. DeMax fighting outside, can't quite make it work, and Jake West inherits the lead away from Eric DeMax here. A great pass from the Sherwin-Williams Chevrolet. The battle is not over. DeMax has reeled in Jake West again. West up the track. DeMax trying to look low, gives a bit of contact there. West puts the block. Great racing here, and you see the top 4 have filed into a single file line. Eric DeMax is hungry for another victory here. Mason Gordon in the same boat as well. Both of the drivers have won a race this season. Gordon won at Motorsport in the last lap pass. Can he win again? Garrett Sidner's also had a victory this season at, from what I recall, one of the short tracks here early on the season there. And he's done a great job here running in 4th. He needs a break today because he's had some bad results here. He's been on a slump. Hernandez running inside the top 5. Give a shout out to him. He's doing a great job as well. Meanwhile, there you see Matt DeLeo getting challenged by Scott McCann for position, but that's not really going to matter right now. The battle for the lead is on. Mason Gordon looking low. This is the battle for second. This could be the deciding move here for Mason Gordon and Eric DeMax's fate here. Jake West seeing this as an opportunity, he's going to try and run away with this. As Mason Gordon looking low, he passes DeMax. He goes into turn number 2 rather hard. Actually, trying to get that good center off. He does get a good exit there. And Garrett Sidner, you see, just patiently waiting in the shadows there, trying to get around both the Mace cars here to potentially steal one away as well. But it's Jake West leading over Mason Gordon. Gordon is up to P2 now because of that pass. He now has an opportunity of catching this 21 and putting this 10 car in victory lane. Now he's got to run into turn 1. He looks low. West, oh man, he dived it in really hard, and West put the block again. This 21 car is going to get aggressive here, and there's only one way to get around him, and it's to pass him. So catching him is one thing, and passing him is a different story here. As really Mason Gordon just trying to find a hole for this 21 to open up. And turn 2, not really the case for him there. Jake West just doing a great job of defending the position here. As the top 4 still railing on. Garrett Sidner still just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen. James Richardson has made his way up, trying to get around PJ Williams for that 6th position. But right now, it's still just 4 cars under a blanket here at Pocono within the closing laps here. It's going to be 4 laps to go once they cross the line. Jake West is looking for that victory there, but Mason Gordon looking low. Looking for the race lead is the number 10, the Delphi machine, now trying to put that horsepower into play. And going down the inside he goes, slides up the track. West goes up the hill, gives room, and they're still going to be side by side. Down the back straightaway they go. West nearly against the wall. Mason Gordon squeezing him nearly as well. And up the racetrack into the tunnel turn, Mason Gordon takes the spot away, and they are actually going to be encountering lap traffic here in just a moment there. Here with 4 laps to go, they'll be coming to 3. Eric DeMax is just waiting, just got around Jake West. Garrett Sidner's going to take this as an opportunity, and he's going to pounce on the 21 there. As there you see PJ Williams and James Richardson going at it. They're trying to get around the slow car of John Bunnell here. Just so they can get him out of the way, for crying out loud. And Mason Gordon is still defending that line now. All he's got to do is hold that line there. Just run his regular racing line and hope he doesn't make a mistake, because Eric DeMax could pounce on this 10 car. Garrett Sidner was not able to get around them. There's a bit of contact there between Charlie Smith and looks like Nick Salmon made some contact there, so they definitely didn't make any friends out there on the track. PJ Williams still battling it out between him and James Richardson, but now here they come towards lap traffic again. It's a 3-car blanket. Sidner gets held up just slightly a bit there, but gets the proper entry and exit out of turn 3 that he wanted there to catch Jake West here. As here they come to the line for the penultimate lap. 2 laps to go. Mason Gordon leading over Eric DeMax here. The Mace Enterprise cars are 1 and 2 at the moment. And looks like DeMax is going to be waiting to make a move underneath Mason Gordon, but they're coming towards slow car of Wade Brummer in the 15 there. That team has really struggled all season, so it's really not surprising to see that 15 car not running too fast on the racetrack there. As there you see, they're all just waiting. Wade Brummer holds him up out of turn 2. Really a bad area to catch him. And here will Mason Gordon go low, or will Jake West take the opportunity? Gordon goes low and blocks Jake West successfully. And Eric DeMax's chances of winning are gonna be kaput here today. As here they come off of the 3rd corner here. The white flying is going to fly. 1 more lap to go here at Pocono Motor Speedway. Who will conquer the tricky triangle? Because Mason Gordon certainly is trying to here. Jake West in that 2nd spot. Garrett Sidner in 3rd. The GameStop Toyota has been quiet all day, and he's running in that 3rd spot. Even a good points day will help him in the point standings here. As out of turn number 1, Mason Gordon just really taking it nice and easy, but Jake West is going to do all he can. Maybe even go for a little bump and run here. That could be the option. He dives it into turn number 2 really hard, the tunnel turn. A great entry there. Great corner for the 21. Will he make the move down on the inside? He's waiting. Looks like he's got some time. He tried to do a bump and run there in turn number 3. Can he do it? No, he's not going to. He looked low for a moment there, but it's not going to be enough. And Mason Gordon is going to conquer the tricky triangle and win his 2nd career Hardee's National Series race, and it's going to be at Pocono here. Great finish here for the Mace Enterprise team, 1st and 4th today. But Jake West was close to his 2nd victory as well. A lot of drivers, really the top 4, were all looking for their 2nd victory of the season here. And because of that, it really helped them quite a lot. From what I recall, Garrett Sidner did win a race. But what a race near the end there. We had a 4-car battle for the lead between Jake West, Garrett Sidner, Mason Gordon, and Eric DeMax here today. Bit of a boring race for some of all, but overall the finish was quite exciting near the end, and congratulations to Mason Gordon on the victory here. We'll be looking at the results here, and then, well, you'll see a burnout. And goodbye, everybody.